Caesars. French self-propelled artillery units are already on the front line. In the words of Valery Zaluzhny, our artillerymen mastered them in only 2-3 hours, and these guns are already crushing the Russian occupiers. The American M777 howitzers have been on the front line for weeks. Washington supplied them quickly and smoothly, but this armament is critically short in supply. Some Western partners are simply delaying delivery of weapons to Ukraine.
Если вспомнить, когда Нижняя палата Бундестага проголосовала за передачу.
If you think back to when Bundestag voted to give us heavy weapons, well, it's still stalling. In capital letters, no arms. And if Gepards 50 units, Marders 100 units, Leopards would come, if howitzers would come, the situation would have been far from where it is now. By delaying the transfer, Germany is implicitly responsible for what is happening on the front.
Germany's response was not long in coming. They even have set the date when the weapons would be handed over to Ukraine. According to them, in mid-July 15, Leopard's anti-aircraft missile units will already be at the front. But this is only a small part of all promised by Germany. And what about the rest? The answer may be found in a story by the Bild newspaper. Journalists state the transfer of Marder vehicles is blocked by the Scholz administration.
On April the 22nd, the military concern Rheinmetall applied to the Federal Security Council for the supply of arms to Ukraine, but the federal government is blocking it. Even a month later, it still has not issued a permit for the concern to export some of its infantry fighting vehicles to Ukraine, from the article of the Bild newspaper.
The German opposition also criticizes Olaf Scholz. They say that the Chancellor's government not only refuses to hand over weapons, but also hides the exact delivery procedure from everyone. There are several reasons, experts say. The first is technical.
Германия не лучший партнер для военно-технического сотрудничества.
Germany is not the best partner for military technical cooperation. It has its own problems, its own army, which is not combat ready now. A new budget was adopted in February to turn the German army into a combat ready one. We've had a bunch of scandals in recent years that helicopters didn't fly, boats didn't sail, machine guns didn't fire.
The second reason for the delay by the German government is political.
Активная дискуссия вокруг того, а стоит ли.
There is a heated debate in Germany about whether it is worth it to supply weapons to Ukraine because it will make the war last longer. It's a delirious discussion, but there are people there who believe that if we supply weapons, it will make us part of the war and it will mean that we are entering World War III.
German arms manufacturers are equally unhappy with Olaf Scholz's policy. They say that they are ready for direct deliveries.
Немецкие промышленники уже там.
German producers buzzing in a wait and say, that's it, we are ready, come on. As soon as there is some progress in transferring us the heavy armament, German industry will switch the machines on and start producing the new one.
It is not only Ukraine that says that Germany is dragging out the arms transfer process. Polish President Andrzej Duda came to the same conclusion.
We have provided many tanks to Ukraine because we believe it is our responsibility as a neighbor. Germany promised to supply us with Leopard tanks in return. We still haven't received them. The German government has not kept its promise, and frankly, we are very disappointed about this.
In Germany, they said, astonished with words of Polish leader, however, did not clarify when the tanks will be handed over. Ukraine, in its turn, is left to hope for military assistance from other partners who are quicker than Germany. First of all, it is in the United States, within the framework of Lend-Lease equipment, has already gone to Ukraine. But it will not arrive in the necessary quantity for at least a month from now. At that time, it is possible that a new offensive and an action to occupy more Ukrainian territories will start. Reported by Nick Starkov, Mark Safonov, UATV News.